Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Orders 47, 2 and 2A and 55 of the County Assembly Standing Orders, I rise to give a statement of the business of the County Assembly for the coming week. Honorable Speaker, the following business has been tentatively scheduled to be transacted by the County Assembly in the coming week. Monday, 7th July 2025. Papers and notices. Tabling of the report of the Committee on Water, Sanitation and Irrigation on the statement regarding the short works in the construction of a masonry tank at Kathiaka Market in Kikumbuli North Ward. A notice of the motion shall be given as well. Tabling of the report on Committee on Lands, Urban Planning and Development on the consideration of the Mbooni KA Municipality Charter. A notice of the motion shall be given as well. Statements. Statement number 1, response to the statement as was requested on 10th March 2025 by the member for Mbooni Ward regarding the grabbing of public utility and land in Kikima Market in Mbooni Ward. 2, response to the statement as was requested on 18th February 2025 by the member for Emale Mulala Ward regarding the delayed payment of plant operators in the county. 3, a response to the statement as was requested on 12th March 2025 by the member for Kadonzweni Ward regarding the non-implementation of climate change mitigation project at Londokwe Dam, institution of the Committee on Selection. 2, motion for the adoption of the report of the Committee on Infrastructure, Transport, Public Works, Housing and Energy on the need to establish an access road connecting Makueni County and Kajiado County through Kambo Market, Tuesday, 8th July 2025. Morning plenary. 1, tabling papers and notices. Tabling of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the County Government of Makueni Financial Year 2024-25 third quarter budget implementation report. Notice of the motion shall be.
Thank you.
Thank you, member. And do you have the report? No, if you are not being delegated.
Because I know they are overworking. The committee is constituted of able members. That, Mr. Speaker, these infrastructures are done by taxpayers' money. And when maintenance is required, because a one pole, Mr. Speaker, one pole, if it goes down, it puts pressure on the other poles. And if that pole is not checked, in a span of 6 months or 1 year, the entire line will come down. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, you and I are members of a certain WhatsApp group where we do reports, or else we report cases that we find in our wards. But the way we get responses is not satisfactory. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, those officers who hold those offices paid by taxpayers' money, they need to wake up, Mr. Speaker. This is just an example of what we're going through as members from those areas. You will find there are slow responses or sometimes no responses at all. And Mr. Speaker, you can imagine the losses that this country go through. For example, businesses are not opened. I know there is a place in Muitasiano that we went for a whole year, entire market, no power. Salons can't function. Everything is Mr. Speaker, a country can't imagine the losses. And then you can imagine, Mr. Speaker, education, where we say that students should have power to read. In a year, without power, those students are suffering. In an hospital where a woman is supposed to be, for example, a CS, cesarean operation needs to be done to a mother who is delivering, and there is no power. And maybe there are medications that require power for them to be in a fridge. Mr. Speaker, all that combined from where you sit as a chair, I would wish that you ask this committee to have a sitting with our representatives of Kenya Power in the county to streamline some of these things, because I know the members can see what I'm talking about, and I know if they had to have a sitting, then even other areas could be sorted. So, Mr. Speaker, to conclude, I think I agree with the responses. Thank you very much, committee, for your response. Thank you.
Thank you. Chairperson, Committee on Infrastructure, Transport, Public Works, Housing and Energy to respond to the statement number 33 of 2024 as was requested on 28 August 2024 by the member for Watenzio Ward regarding the poor workmanship and incomplete works on Kwa Jones, Mwani Boys Road and Mwani Girls Road in Kwa Jones to Mwani Boys Road to Mwani Girls Road in Watenzio Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I stand to give additional response to the statement regarding that statement. Mr. Speaker, the statement regarding poor workmanship and incomplete works on Kwa Jones, Moani Boys, Moani Girls Road was requested by Honorable Felix Mateso, and the committee gave a comprehensive response to the statement on 9th October 2024, and was directed to table the final joint inspection report to this House for the project, as well as serve the member for Watenzio Ward with the same report. Mr. Speaker, sir, I hereby table the joint inspection report that indicates that all the scope of works were done to completion. Mr. Speaker, sir, there's an attachment. That report is attached here, and I would like to take the House through that inspection report. Mr. Speaker, construction of Moani Drift and maintenance of Kwan Jones Moani Road. We have project general description, location of works, scope of works, contract details, that explains all that was being done. Progress of works, Mr. Speaker, is indicated on that report. Observations on activities which were pending on the same project are indicated. Financial status, that is matters payment. One general inspection team noted that the contractor is having done the works to completion, Mr. Speaker. Then there is a contract provision, contract sum, interim payment, and then the balance pending payment. Conclusion. The conclusion on this report says that the works were complete to scope as per the bills of quantities. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member for what? What ends your word?
Mr. Speaker, allow this committee to punish me with that report, since they have not given me the report. Then I need to go through the report. Once I'm satisfied, I will report to the committee. If I'm not satisfied, then I will raise my statement, Mr. Speaker.
Chair, can you furnish the honorable member with that report? Thank you. Chairperson committee, what, Honorable Mateso? You have not indicated, you will take an opportunity to read that report and raise other substantive or auxiliary questions on the same matter?
Mr. Speaker, I just want to go through. There's a inspection report that I want to go through. Once I'm satisfied this is correct, I'll confirm if to raise another statement or...
Honorable Mateso, it is not for the interest of Zio Water Ward. It's for the interest of the County Assembly. When do you confirm? Please, you are off the mic. You are off the mic.
I'm saying in the next sitting. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And then you don't need to proceed. You are next. You are the chairperson Committee on Lands. You cannot run away from responsibility. Then, have you delegated that responsibility to somebody else? But then, Committee on Lands, Urban Planning and Development will respond to a statement number 37 of 2024 as was requested on 9th October 2024 by the member for Emali Mulala Ward regarding the report of the plot validation exercise conducted in Emali Old Town. Chair.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I have the statement ready, but there's a voluminous report that the Honorable Member had requested to go through. So he requested for some time to go through, then it can be.
Remember, was that request meant outside this assembly or it was done where? I think, was it directed by the speaker then?
Information, Honorable Speaker.
Chair.
It came and actually I requested. He requested and the speaker actually did that in request of the honorable member, and I punished him with this copy. So he is still going through the copy, and actually it can be scheduled in the next sitting because I've talked to him, he's not yet through.
Honorable Mateso, proceed to the table office. Honorable Cosmas.
Sure, Honorable Speaker, I requested for some time on Monday, but I'm thankful I've gone through the report. I'm ready to receive it. Thank you.
Chair, the honorable member is now ready. Can you proceed and give a response to that statement?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to give a response to the statement as requested by the Honorable Cosmas Kaleli, the MCA Mali Mulala Ward, on 9th October 2024 regarding plot validation exercise conducted in Mali or town. In this request, the Honorable Member indicated that in the year 2021, the National Land Commission, in collaboration with the County Government of Makueni, conducted a plot validation exercise of plots in a Mali town, aiming at identifying and resolving land disputes at the old town as to facilitate titling. During the exercise, a joint committee of the National Land Commission and the County Government Department responsible for matters lands, as well as Project Management Committee, that is the PMC, comprising of the local land owners, was established. The joint committee, together with the PMC, were asked to collect views and grievances of landowners for redress. The honorable member, however, of the PMC, the ACM indicated that the exercise involved representatives from the groups, namely National Land Commission, County Coordination Office, B, Government of Makueni County staff based at the sub-count that time, C, Physical Planning Consultant, that is the Salute Spatial Solutions, D, Project Management Committee, PMC, comprising of the following. There are names listed there, Honorable Speaker. You represent the Market Committee. 2, Dorothy M. Zomo, female, Vice Chair, representing Marikiti. 3, James M. Mudoka, male, member, Emali, representing the Emali plot owners, West. 4, Boniface Wambua, male, secretary, representing the youth. 5, Veronica Dinda Mutua, female, vice secretary, Emali plot owners. East. 6, Magdalene Denge, female member, representing women groups. 7, Reverend Samuel M. Tama, male member, representing the Muslim community. Shaban W. Katiwe, male member, so representing the Muslims. 9, Simon M. Kimunyi, a male member, representing people with disability. C, whether there were disputes reported during the plot validation exercise, and if yes, list down all the disputes captured, including the parties involved. The ECM indicated that at the conclusion of the exercise, a total of 52 acres were recorded, and each handled by the team. The ECM indicated that a report on dispute resolutions and the recommendations to the dispute record was prepared. It's actually on Annex 14 in this report. D, provide a joint committee recommendation concerning the reported dispute areas, case by case. A report on dispute resolution and the recommendations on the disputes recorded at 1 to page 35 of this report. G, what action has the department taken to correct the case of double or more plot allocation, and when this would be done? The ECM indicated that the department has engaged the National Land Commission in solving matters related to multiple owners in major towns, like Emali included. H, what was the department's commitment towards ensuring availability of ownership documents? Those are the titles to the plot owners. The ECM has indicated that the department has set aside a budget to undertake cadastral survey for issuance of ownership document in Emali town in the financial year 2024-2025. The process will be carried out in collaboration with the National Land Commission in identifying the beneficiaries and subsequently issue allotment letters. The process will also solve any pending double ownership claims that may occur. Mr. Speaker, that is the report as received from the ECM. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Cosmas Mutunga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Due to certain challenges in the Assembly, the committee was not able to produce 2 hard copies. I would request to use the Chair's report in my contribution, Honorable Chair. We have no paper.
But initially, the Chair said he gave you a report. He gave you a soft copy. Because my understanding was, I saw you with several. Proceed.
Thank you. First and foremost, Honorable Speaker, I wish to congratulate the committee for a well-done job. The report is very comprehensive and informative. It contains nearly everything we had questions, Honorable Speaker. Just to begin with question number 1, Honorable Chair, Honorable Speaker, the department has intimated that an exercise which was aimed on provision on ownership document which is titling, was done back 2021. Honorable Speaker, it's unfortunate 5 years down the line, the consumers of this exercise have no benefit to access to this document. They have had no information on what conspired. So what the Salute Spatial Planners did, because that was the consultancy firm, the Salute Spatial Solutions, what the NLC did, what the county government did, and what the PMC were citing has not been consumed by the plot or the rightful persons. So there is a delay of 5 years, Honorable Speaker. It is important to note that one. Second, Honorable Speaker, where there is an exercise was done nearly a month, public resources were utilized. It goes by without saying, Salute Spatial Solutions was procured and of course paid. Those government officials benefited from the allowances as issue. This just to tell you, public resources were utilized, and there is no value for money when such resources has been utilized and the response doesn't reach the consumer. So this is very important to note, Honorable Speaker, and I want to congratulate the committee for this information. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, well, they have provided the committee the composition of the PMC by name, though the committee was not very keen to note that Reverend Samuel Tama is not a Muslim. Rather, he's a Christian, and Shahaban Katiwe is a Muslim, not yes, he's a Muslim. So that was just a minor error. The committee must note that. Honorable Speaker, 6 of it, which required, because the other one had issues, have noted the issue. 2 is well responded to. About the disputed, they are provided, Honorable Speaker, but I have concerns with E. E had questions about how many public utility plots were identified during the exercise, provide a list of plots against purposes for each. Honorable Speaker, the response is very short, but very intentional. They are saying a total of 801 plots were enumerated during the period of between 24th March and 9th April 2021. The breakdown is given. The 801 plots have owners. That tells you that the committee or the entire group did not elaborate about public utilities. Honorable Speaker, in the 52 disputed plots, one of the plots, a stockyard, is one of the plots that has been grabbed. It is not captured here with maybe knowingly or unknowingly, but they must know because this was a big team. The stockyard is not captured as a public utility. Rather, it is captured as a plot owned by individual. Because some of the reasons why these exercises were conducted, other than issuance of title deeds, that is the ownership document, was to ensure that all grabbed facilities, all public utilities are returned. That is one of the intentions of this exercise. And therefore, we have several public utilities which has not been highlighted, all mentioned. Currently, we have a Juakali land within that parcel mentioned. It is not captured here. So we don't know why it was not captured. Was it intentional with an Indian agenda to grab the land? We have, where we do the goat yard currently, a land that is owned by the market, purposely is meant for the traders. It is also not captured in this document. There is also another land, Honorable Speaker, what I'm saying here, in the reporting, in the finding, in the recommendation, public under recommendation by the committee to the department to ensure that what report, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Chair, you have heard the concerns of the honorable member.
Mr. Speaker, is admitting that this report is it's a comprehensive report, and he has raised other issues on top of what he had raised. If you listen to him carefully, he has raised other issues. Honorable Speaker, this report was a joint report including the Department of Lands, the PMC, and the National Land Commission. Mr. Speaker, some of these issues that he has raised might come as a result of MEMP, the National Land Commission, not MEMP giving a report. But I would wish if he can highlight all those issues that he has raised so that they can be responded afresh, because on issues of like public utility, the 801, you cannot list them here. But if he so wishes that we list them here, he can raise another substantive questions so that we can respond on that. But as per the questions he raised, it is well answered. But there are issues that he has highlighted which are not being actually requested here. But he can do actually what I think is you can.
What is it, member for Emali, Mulala Ward?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Up and down, I don't know, you wanted to move out, or you wanted to interject, or you wanted to inform the honorable member, or you want to inform the House? Proceed.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, the member is answering what is in mind, not what's in our paper. I read very clearly, Honorable Speaker, and the question is very clear. How many public utilities are within the said parcel? What are the purposes? And I responded, out of the 801 plots given, none of it is appearing. So none of the public utilities is captured in the 801 plots. What I'm requesting, Honorable Speaker, is the response to that question, because the response has not been given to that question. There is no public utility in that response, Honorable Speaker. Two, that is not an extra question. It is a question in the list as previously referred, Honorable Speaker. Two, the recommendation by the Salute Spatial Solutions, it is very clear. I am requesting the committee to do their recommendation and guide the executive department so that action can be taken as per those recommendations. Because initially the idea was to bring title deeds. We don't have a title deeds. And Speaker, I just began by saying that report has been within them for the last 4 years. The beneficiaries of the said parcel of land have no copy of this document. They don't know what conspired 5 years ago. So I'm saying, let them give the department instruction. They take this information, this report to the consumers, and they recommend on action plan. Thank you.
Chair, I think the honorable member's prayer is simple. Because any exercise for that land validation was to have title deed. Can you be bold enough and just respond to the honorable member so that we don't waste a lot of time on a very simple matter? The bottom line, people needed title deeds. That is my understanding, what the intention of that exercise was. So please, in a nutshell, before you respond, Honorable Kalunda, please proceed, then we conclude the matter. But specifically on that matter on Emali Mulala Ward.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would wish to also join my friend, Honorable Cosmas. At least we get justice for the people of Emali. Two, I would also wish, because this is not the first time, I would wish the Honorable Chair, you can direct the Honorable Chair to bring a resolution to this assembly through a motion. He can convert this statement to a report and therefore a resolution of this assembly so that we can easily follow and we can easily oversight this department by having recommendations to the effect So, Honorable Speaker, those supplementary questions can also be asked during this stage when you convert this statement to a report. It is not the first time we are having this. We can have as many reports as possible, but the reports will really be good because it will tie up this department to these resolutions with time frames, Honorable Speaker. So without much ado, without us spending a lot of time on a statement, if that can form the basis for a report, Honorable Speaker, we will really be happy, and people of Mali, Molala, and Kibwezi West at large will be very happy. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Tifu, please. You know, I'm trying to follow. If you make a request on the mic, it would be an intention that you want to speak. So if you do it, please, I've been checking around, but if you touched it by a mistake, sorry, we can proceed. No, they're also working. You have not tried. Just, no.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want also to appreciate the committee for what they have done so far. Mr. Speaker, you need to direct them to bring it as a report with the recommendations so that we can have time frame, as Honorable Kalunda has said. And also, Mr. Speaker, 5 years is too long, Mr. Speaker. So let the committee be serious on this matter. Thank you.
Honorable Muso, then the chair, you respond, then we give a direction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm a member of that committee, and I want to supplement the information that has been given by the chair, Honorable Speaker, because I also know Emali, and I am a beneficiary of some of the plots within that particular area. Mr. Speaker, it is true that the 801 plots that were identified by that company are the only ones that can be found on paper. This means that most of the plots, as the member is alluding, the public utility plots, most of them have been grabbed. And as we talk now, they are the hands of individuals. So I just want to inform the honorable member that because he has talked about stockyard, I can vividly remember during the county council days that stockyard was allocated to somebody. I can't remember the name. He can refresh my mind because he's here, Mr. Speaker. I know it was allocated. It has a plot.
No, Honorable Francis Mutuku. You need now, because we were not there during the council time. You can quote the year. We can go to the archives and look for that information. So you can guide the assembly now. We look for that information. Which year, which term of the county council, was it 202 to 207? Somewhere there, because you have been here longer than anybody else. You guide us. Because the honorable member for Emali wants to help the people of Emali. That's why he raised the statement. So please, help us.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable member from Emali knows as well as I know that most of the public utility plots are being grabbed. And I'm sure, and that's why he's insisting to be told how many public utility plots are within that particular area. Mr. Speaker, I want to say, and I want to clearly say that we don't have any public utility plots within that.
No, Honorable Muso, you are not the authority to respond to that. Honestly, the chair is here, the CC in charge of that, so authoritatively you cannot believe what I want. So unless you want to take the responsibility of the chair to respond on that matter. We are interested in knowing that, and also we are interested to know when the title deeds will be available to the people. Please, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I am not about to talk about when the title deeds will be given. I've said from the onset that I'm a beneficiary, and I'm really waiting for those title deeds. But what I'm saying, and I want to repeat it again, is that all the public, most most of the public utility plots are being grabbed, and they are among the 801 which are there. So even if you give the committee 101 days, we will bring the same report. So what you need to do, Mr. Speaker, is to give direction from your chair, because I have said, and I want to repeat as a member of that committee, the public utility plots have been grabbed, including the stockyard. And my member there knows exactly what happens at Emadi. Most of the people there are grabbers. They have been grabbing these utilities. He knows.
Chair will give you an opportunity to respond. So don't be nary. No, you are off.
I'm saying
Working of the mic is not efficient as it used to be, so be a bit patient.
zone. Is it okay now? It is on. Yes, I'm saying, Honorable Speaker, what Honorable Mutuku is saying is very true. That in this report, there are actually names of the owners of the 801 lots that are there, but there is no any public utility. Yes, it is in the report. When I was reading, I was actually mentioning it is attached. So, again, about the budget now, for the people to get allotment letter or title deeds, there was a budget in the last financial year, which is actually supposed to work on the titling, and which I've also heard the governor himself mention about it. I don't know whether the honorable members followed that. So those are the issues. So the public utility, it means that the public utility were given to, allocated to other people. What we are supposed to know is know which numbers were the public utilities. I think that is what the report that we are supposed to bring. And that is what the honorable member is requesting for.
You know, the issue is now taking a different direction, which you are also being implicated to know. So please, if you have any information, guide the House. Please, honorable member. You have lived there for a while. Maybe you are born there, and you have all the information. Please, thank you. Proceed.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I want to guide the members, both of them of the committee. Let them revisit the recommendation by the Salute Spatial Solutions. It has given a good guidelines. I am not new with dealing with grabbed lands. In the first time, Honorable Speaker, there are those who grabbed the bus park in Emali. We repossessed it, and we have a bus park. So it remains a public utility, whether grabbed or not grabbed. So the issue about grabbing, I am talking about the repossessing of the grabbed public utility. There is a legal framework to acquire that land again. Honorable Speaker, and I think you can get why I wanted to this clarified, and why my people must get it clarified. There is interest within the government. There is an open air market, which is not grabbed. It is not captured as public utility. There is a goat stockyard currently. It is not grabbed. It is not, part of it is grabbed. Half is not grabbed. It is not captured in this document. There is a Juakali land. It is not captured in this document, among others. Why is it that it is not part of this report? Why is it intentional? The chair is colluding with Honorable Musau, who was a councillor then when we were not here, to accept.
No, please. Honorable Musau has not spoken. Honorable Cosmas, withdraw. Honorable Musau has not spoken.
Mutuku. You see what he's saying? Honorable Speaker, I want it captured very well.
Information.
Is Honorable Francis Mutuku confirming that he is part of the grabbing? Because he's saying the public land is no more, it has been grabbed. Does it mean we cannot repossess public utility that has been grabbed? Don't we have legal framework to recapture that land, to repossess that land? Isn't the resolution very clear about that land? Honorable Speaker, the report is comprehensive. Let the committee take.
Chair, I'll give you an opportunity to. You are the chair, please. I'll give you an opportunity. Because the honorable member is concluding, and then we conclude the matter. As the chair, you'll have an opportunity. Just be composed, Honorable Chair. You have the right of reply. So relax, Chair. Chair, relax. Honorable Cosmas, conclude.
Thank you. Now, Speaker, you can see why the report has spent 5 years under shelves.
Please avoid those other issues. You have been told you allocated money for the last financial year. Please conclude.
Honorable Speaker, give directions. The report to be brought with the recommendations. My people will be happy. With timelines. This statement to be converted into a report, a resolution of amounts will be meant, and that will help, and with timelines, that will help my people. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair, now it's your time. Chair. Honorable Mwoki, you cannot give direction when you are seated. The chair is on his feet. Chair, proceed. Be a bit, you are among the oldest men with wisdom here. Why are you so up and down like young men like Katumo, who have energy? Please, relax. You'll have a time to say what you want. Chair, you are on your feet. Proceed.
I wish, Mr. Speaker, you had this report and follow it very keenly. All what was actually requested in the statement is very well answered. What has raised up is actually something which is actually is an additional information that is required from the member. And I'm saying, because what was listed here is the 801 plots, is saying there are no public utilities. We were not able to know that if there were public utilities because names are given. So what we are supposed to find out is whether these public utilities were allocating to individuals. Because the list of all the owners is here. So that is what we are supposed to do as an additional information for this. About the recommendations, it is a statement. If we convert it to a report, then we can give recommendations and the findings, Honorable Speaker. So that is what he is asking, and it's what we are supposed to do. About colluding with Honorable Mutuko. Honorable Mutuko is a member of the Lands Committee, so he's entitled to give any information that he has that can benefit this house. So I don't know how we are colluding, and we must collude because it is our report in any case. So that is the thing.
Sorry. How many public utility plots were identified during the exercise with a question mark? Have you answered that? So please, because I need to give direction, Honorable Chair, please answer the question as they were asked. This is a prayer. And if all the plots were grabbed, he has said there is a legal framework to repossess. So don't worry. And he has said there is just relax, Honorable Chair. And currently on ground, he has categorically stated there is public land. He said the goat what? He has given 3 items, still not allocated. But if they are allocated, let's proceed. Provide a detailed report with recommendations, with observations, so that the members, we can further interrogate and give direction to the executive, so that we can easily follow. Thank you. And the matter is now concluded. We can proceed to the next matter. Next order. Within, Honorable Matt, within the next 14 days, provide a report. detailed, and the honorable member is comfortable with your observations, with your recommendation, which is, you can even copy-paste, but those matters should be handled adequately. Thank you. Next order.
Hold on. Member Fomuka, you wanted to say something?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, the chair then had called for the next order, but I had an issue before we leave the order of statements. Honorable Speaker, yesterday in the morning plenary, I rose to request a statement, which was directed by the chair to be presented at 2:30. At 2:30 yesterday, I consulted you as the speaker there, and you directed that that matter be forwarded to the House Business Committee, and you assured me in plenary that it will appear in today's order paper.
Where is the statement?
It was forwarded to the House Business Committee, Speaker, and I thought it will appear in the order.
To who in particular? If it was your statement, you must have delivered it to a certain office, not to the committee sitting.
Honorable Speaker, I forwarded to the director, legislative and, is it legislative and L&P? And she told me that it has been forwarded to the House Business Committee. Who is the clerk of the House Business Committee?
That's okay.
And that has been.
I wanted to know whether from your hands the document went to the office of the clerk. And now that you've confirmed, just give me a minute. I have a communication to make, and I will address you on that matter. Honorable members, I have a communication to make. This regards a visit by the students and a teacher from ABC Chumo Secondary School. Accompanying the student is Mr. Peter Kitetu, the senior master, dean of students. The students which are the best academic students performers in the school are: one, best Esther Bahati from 2E, best Ruth Mwaniki from 4E, best Kelvin Mwendwa from 2 West. For the benefit of the students, you are here to the County Assembly of Makueni. County Assembly of Makueni is an arm of the County Government of Makueni. The County Government of Makueni has 2 arms, Assembly and Executive. The executive comprises of the governor, the deputy governor, and county executive committee members and other officers who assist the governor in formulation and implementation of government policies and programs. Further to that, the county assembly comprises of the speaker and members of the county assembly. The members of the county assembly, they are in 2 parts. One, those that are directly elected by the citizens. In this case, I presume Chumu is in Ukia Ward. Yes, in Ukia Ward. Then Honorable Ndolo
Engineer is elected from Ukia Ward to represent you in this assembly. 2, the nominated members of the County Assembly according to the strength of political parties, and that to represent interests, youth, and marginalized, and the Speaker of the County Assembly who presides over the sitting. The role of the County Assembly is as follows. 1 is to make laws. 2, to represent the people. And 3, to oversee projects and activities as implemented by the County Executive. Honorable members, on behalf of the County Assembly and on my behalf, I wish the students and the teacher a fruitful visit. I want to assume that they are passed through our education desk on this issue, and they are welcome to interact with any other office after this. Further to that, honorable members have other communication to make. This is a letter addressed to the Speaker of the County Assembly on the 2nd of July 2025, delivered to my office at 9:30 a.m. To the Speaker of the County Assembly of Makueni, PO Box 78, 9300. I think it should be, not 78, it should be 9572. 9300, Water Kenya. Dear Honorable Speaker, reference is as follows. Protests on unfair composition of the County Assembly committees as requested by Wiper Party. I, the undersigned party whip representing Muungano Party, Maendeleo Chapchap, and the Independent Caucus, ride to formally protest the recent proposed composition of committees in the County Assembly of Makueni as requested by Wiper Party, which fails to reflect the political strength of the parties and the independent members in accordance with the principle of proportional representation. As a current political party distribution in the Assembly, the following are the actual Assembly party memberships. Wiper Party, 24. Muungano Party, 13. Maendeleo Chapchap, 4. United Democratic Alliance, 2. Independent members, there are 5. Total members of the County Assembly is 48. Using the standard formula for fair representation, party members divided by 48, total number of representatives in the County Assembly, multiplied by committee size, in which case whether the committee number is 9 or 11, and rounding off fractional results to the expected and equitable distribution in both 9 and 11 member committees should be as follows. In 9 member committees, Wiper, 4. Muungano, 2. Maendeleo Chapchap, 1. Extreme minority, 1. In 11 member committees, Wiper, 5. Maendeleo Chapchap, 1. Muungano Party, 3. Extreme minority, 1. Concern is as follows. The proposed composition of the committee deviates significantly from this fair and balanced structure, with Wiper Party overrepresented as at the expense of the minority parties and independent members. This undermines the democratic principles, compromises committee's integrity, and disenfranchises a substantial section of the electorate. Our demands are as follows. 1, that all committees be reconstituted to reflect this agreed upon and fair proportional structure. 2, that future committee appointments strictly adhere to the principle of political party balance and inclusivity. And 3, that the processes be inclusive and consultative with the party whips involved before committee lists are tabled for adoption. And lastly, we trust that your office will give this matter an urgent and serious attention it deserves in the interest of justice, fairness, and unity within the Assembly. You are sincerely and faithfully, Honorable Misha Kali, Party Whip, Muungano Party, County Assembly of Makueni. Honorable members, I have another letter addressed to me by Honorable Cosmas Butuka Kaleli, Party Whip, and Leo Chapchap. Address to the Speaker of the County Assembly on 1st of July. Dated 1st of July, yesterday. Is that misstating? I'm not sure whether first or second, as long as it's not on third. As long as today and any other day. Because although it means the letter was delivered yesterday. Okay. And address to the Speaker of the County Assembly, Wata Makueni, protest on unfair composition of the County Assembly committees as requested by Wiper Party. Honorable Speaker, we the undersigned party whips representing Mandleo Chapchap, Muungano, the party and independents, caucus, right to formally protest the recent proposal composition of the committees in the County Assembly of Makueni as requested by Wiper Party, which fails to reflect the political strength of parties and independent members in accordance with the principle of proportional representation. So as per our current political party distribution, numbers as follow: Wiper 44, Wiper 24, Muungano 13 members, Mandleo Chapchap 4, United Democratic Alliance 2, independent members 5. Total number 48. Using the standard formula of fair representation, party members divided by committee size and rounding off rational in both 9 and 11 member committees should be as follows. 9 member committee, Wiper 4, Muungano 2, Chapchap 1, extreme minority 1. On 11 membership, Wiper 5, Muungano 3, Chapchap 1, extreme minority 1. Now, the concern is the proposed composition of the committee deviates significantly from this fair and balanced structure. The Wiper Party overrepresented at the expense of other parties. This undermines the democratic principle, compromises the committee integrity, and disenfranchises a substantial section of electorate. And our demand is that all committees be reconstituted to reflect agreed on and fair proportional structure. 2, the future committees appointed strictly adheres to the principle of political balance and inclusivity. And 3, that the process be inclusive and consultative with party whips involved before performing its list are tabled and adopted. And we truly trust your office to give this matter an urgent and serious attention it deserves in the interest of justice, fairness, and unity within the Assembly. Yours sincerely, Honorable Cosmas Kaleli. Honorable members, I cited this matter yesterday. I received a letter from Chapchap Party and another letter from Wiper Democratic Movement Party. Now, the determination of the composition and matters related to committee is not a function of the Speaker unless there is a matter that the committee cannot agree on. Therefore, yesterday I referred these matters to the Committee on Selection to deliberate and present a report. I have seen the opinion by Wiper Democratic Movement Party. I have seen the opinion of Muungano Party and Mandaleo Chapchap and Independent Caucus. I've not seen an opinion of the United Democratic Party in this memo. So they also have a share, and they should be, someone should speak for them, unless they are not interested. Because they know it's a party with, is it 3 or 2 members? 2 members. Now, honorable members, the Committee on Selection, whose responsibility is to deal with this work as a secretariat, I am directing the clerk to look into the issues raised. We all know that the total number of members due from Makueni County Assembly is 48, and it is not in question political party representation in this house. And the representation is Wiper, Muungano, Mandaleo, UDA, and independent members. So we have people who can help the committee to get us the right formula on rounding off or doing average multiplication division. And that report could be presented for the committee to deliberate for adoption and arrive at a formula. I'm so happy because this has to do with figures. And I mean, you may not like figures, but when you will get to the figures, they don't lie. The beauty of the figures is that they don't lie to you if you generate the figures. And they also not lie to the other person if you generate them. That is why in a class of mathematics, you always think that you have 100%. But when the teacher marks, you realize you have 48. So both of you have a paper placed before me with figures. So we will subject it to marking. So the responsibility of marking documents on this mathematics in the county assembly is the clerk of the county assembly and the office, and the committee will be subjected to this. And members of political parties who have issues, they will appear before the committee and argue their case, and you work on the figures, and yourselves, as selection and you are represented, you will give us the right figures. I'm afraid, in the circumstances, I'm not able to determine the figures unless I'm helped with a mathematician called the clerk or financial analysts. So, clerk, I direct that these letters be conveyed to the Committee on Selection, work on it with the previous letters, and present a report on the actual figures as strictly advised by the marking scheme, not by the students. Further to that, on 24th of July, year 2024, the Office of the Speaker received a letter, July 2024. And this is a letter from Muungano Party. And the notice is, the reference is notice to withdraw from Azimio la Umoja coalition. Please note that the Muungano Party wishes to withdraw from Azimio la Umoja coalition with immediate effect. Attached, please find an extract of our National Executive Council meeting for your retention and action. The letter is by Secretary General Jonathan Mwoki, copied to the Registrar of Political Parties, Leon Place, 1st and 4th floor, of Wayaki, the Speaker of the County Assembly, and there's an attention, Honorable Junaid Mohammed, CBS, the Secretary General of Minority Whip of the National Building Parliament. I received, and here is attached minutes of the National Executive Council. Now, why this matter is coming in July, approximately 11 months, is that these are notice that was given for withdrawal. Now, if this notice was given, you have a responsibility to furnish this house with the actual position as at today. So, how then that, otherwise we may find ourselves transacting business against the wishes of the National Executive Council. So, Honorable Clerk, in view of this matter, you will seek clarification from the undersigned Honorable Jonathan Mwoki, the Secretary General, as on the status of withdrawal from Azimio la Umoja One coalition, because this is a notice that was given, and the users of this information in the County Assembly of Makueni. So it is important that this matter is closed. Otherwise, we may find ourselves transacting wrong business in this. So this notice must be closed. Clerk, you may share these two letters for the information of members. Save this one from Muungano Party, which will go to the Secretary General. You copy to the leader of the minority and the leader of majority party. Where is the request for that statement by Honorable Mama? Honorable Kalunda, leader of minority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I listened very keenly, and matters to do with math is very easy. Like a 9-member committee is 4.5. So 4.5 means if you truncate, it goes to 4, and if you want to round off, it goes to 5. So it means you cannot round off and you cannot truncate at the same time. So it means you have to oscillate between truncation and rounding off. That's very easy, simple mathematics. So if you have 20 committees, 10 committees will go with 5, and then the other 10 committees will go with 4. It's very simple mathematics, Honorable Speaker. So it means there is no absolute majority in these committees.
Honorable members, honorable members, I will give you an opportunity. No, don't address him. Don't address members across there. No. How did you see them? There's no fire in this house. So please just conclude your contribution in a very simple way. This is not a debate. I will allow 2 members, you yourself, and maybe 1 or 2 members. Not more than 4. Not more than 4. And if you are a member of selection, you will not be helping us. If you are, with a lot of respect, members of selection committee, Honorable Kalunda, I want to give you an opportunity. You know you have a problem. I'm saying any other member who will speak and is a member of selection will not get an opportunity. I will give my reasons. The ideas they have, they should have applied them that time. So I will only allow ideas of members who don't sit there so that it may be considered as new ideas. No. Proceed and conclude, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You see, Honorable Speaker, this is how...
The gate and round off, that's where you are. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, this is a house of debates. And I stood, you know, even...
I will allow comments, not debate.
Yeah, thank you. But I was the only person who asked for the mic when nobody wanted to speak to this.
Don't abuse the privilege.
I was speaking to the facts. These are very simple facts. Like when you are telling me, and Honorable Speaker, for the record, I scored an A in Form 4 in mathematics. And
any other member willing to contribute? Yes, when you are honored to make a symbol, if there is a member who is keen and serious and has been given after Speaker's directions to make a comment in line with that, you do it honorably in a very short and summarized way. Now, where we were in school is not important. The qualification to be MCA is a past Form 4 certificate. Those other papers here may not be useful. All these people were number 1. We didn't come here to boast. Any other member? Honorable Muthoka.
Mr. Speaker, on the matter which you have just read and which our high-ranking member is trying to work on, and this is a very simple matter, the way you have put it. I don't see the reasons why we should be debating about this matter. Why? Because weighting factors are cutting across the whole world. Everybody seated here has gone through a class of mathematics. And there are practices, principles, policies which cannot be changed. So let the committee, as you have said, led by the clerks, look at this matter, apply the common knowledge which cuts across the whole world, which is also used both in Africa, West, and other areas of the world. And we shall abide by that. At the same time, dictated by the standing orders of this particular house. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Member for Ukia, Deputy Leader of Minority. And you recall that your visitors.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Let me first recognize the teacher and students from Chumu Secondary School. I would like to first congratulate you for the performance you have shown in your school. I would want to also encourage you to continue with that spirit, and you will excel in all your future careers. In this house, this is where we debate matters concerning our people who elected us to come here. And I would like also to welcome you to learn. And I'm sure by the time you are leaving, you will have learned a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the issue, just my comment on the issue you have just ruled. Numbers don't lie. And since you have referred the matter to the selection committee, and I want to believe in that committee, we have also a mathematician. They will also be guided by the clerk, whom you have also confirmed is a mathematician. I want to believe, without dwelling a lot on the matter which you have ruled, I would like both sides to sit and agree on the working formula so that we can be able to proceed with the matters of this assembly. Because even if we dwell on the matter right now, we may not come to a solution until we get a report from the selection committee. Thank you.
Member for, that's a good contribution. Member for Ukia. Member for Mbitini.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have listened to your communication, Mr. Speaker, and we have heard that the Muungano Party had written to the Registrar of Political Parties to withdraw. And Mr. Speaker, when I was doing my research, it says it's very simple. It's a very simple process, Mr. Speaker. You only need, after you make the decision to withdraw, you only need the documentations, then submit to the registrar. Then there is a notification and gazettement. Then after 5 days, you get a report that you are not in a coalition. So we need to know exactly, is Muungano Party in coalition with Azimio? So that you can know which side they should be sitting, Mr. Speaker. And you have ruled very well. That is a matter of urgency, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Leader of Minority. Yes. Allow the Leader of Minority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this matter, I think, rested last year at NEC, and we withdrew from Azimio coalition. So I don't know which position now my friend Honorable Tivo wants to take us back. We are not going back. We're not going back. And we left long time ago, and other people can make themselves busy with other things, because our position is very simple, and the Secretary General, who is a member of this assembly, signed off and he communicated the decision of the National Executive Committee to this assembly, and also to Junet Mohammed, who happens to be the leader at the National Assembly and also at the National Office of Azimio. In fact, Azimio doesn't exist. Azimio stopped existing long time ago. It stopped existing long time ago, Honorable Speaker. And even the Speaker is aware of this. That's why you can see the jabs across. Yeah. It was discussed here. Yeah, and I have my Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I'm looking at whatever the speaker is communicating to, a year after, it is very suspect. It is very suspect, Honorable Speaker. We exited Azimio last year. We exited last year, and we are not going back to Azimio. Now we are looking at other like-minded coalitions in future. And in that coalition, we have Rigathi Gachagua. In that coalition, we have Kalonzo Musyoka. In that coalition, we have Wamalwa. In that coalition, we have Matiang'i. In that coalition, we have Jeremiah Kioni. In that coalition, Honorable Speaker, we have JB Muturi of NAC, Honorable Speaker. We have a lot of people who are like-minded, and we want to liberate this country, Honorable Speaker. We are very deliberate, and we are very authoritative. We are going to deliberate this country with new like-minded ideas, which are coming from the rest. You didn't listen to me, but the answer captured me very correctly, that we exited Azimio last year. And the communication which is coming from the chair today is very suspect, because a year later, now I can see there is a communication. The person who signed us off is the Honorable Secretary General, who is a member of this Assembly, Honorable Speaker. And we are not going back. And I have mentioned that we have new coalition which is being built up, known as Okoa Kenya, led by Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, Wamalwa, and others, Honorable Speaker. Matiang'i is coming in as well, Honorable Speaker, and we will not go back. We are going to liberate this country, and we will not go back, Honorable Speaker.
Restrict yourself to the issue. And I think you've made your point. You have contributed fair enough.
Thank you.
What is your point of order, member from Lale Valley? What is your information, member of Bitini?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we deal with facts, not hearsays, or what you contribute in this house. He said they resigned. But Mr. Speaker, we have a body that is the Registrar of Political Parties. Mr. Speaker, with me is a notification of status of coalitions as at 25th day of February 2025. 2025. And the Muungano Party is in Azimio. And I will table this.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker, you know, nobody will speak for Muungano. In this assembly, I speak for Muungano. I'm the person who speaks for Muungano, not somebody else. And the person who writes our documentation and who keeps our documents is here with us.
I hear you. Member from Bitini, order. You are not on microphone. Where is your microphone? Switch on.
Honorable Speaker, sometimes...
Information, Mr.
Honorable Speaker, it's very difficult. Honorable Speaker, we are very serious about these matters, Honorable Speaker. And you know, we cannot, this is a deliberate action we did last year with our party organs. And I understand our former coalition partners, the Wiper, were aware of the progress. And since we've come from far and we want to go to places, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we are not going back. We're not going to renege this decision we made. And that's why our party Secretary General is a member of this assembly, Honorable Speaker. And I speak for the party Muungano in this assembly. I'm the only sole spokesman of this party in this assembly, Honorable Speaker. And unless I delegate that power to Honorable Tivo, who happens not to have a party, I think he cannot speak for Muungano. And it's very difficult speaking and working with people you cannot trust. Sometimes it's very...
Order, member for Honorable SG. Your microphone has been on for some time.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, Kenya is a democratic country, and we thank God because out of our democratic institutions, we have the County Assembly of Makueni. And Mr. Speaker, there have been issues arising on committee representation and other businesses, Mr. Speaker. What I can say, Mr. Speaker, is that as you have directed the committee on selection to sit down and interrogate the documents that have been presented by parties, including Muungano and the Chap-Chap, Maendeleo Chap-Chap parties. The Speaker, we need to rethink our course. What is the objective of us being here? We were elected by the people of Makueni to represent them here so that the county government of Makueni can work harmoniously to deliver for the people. But, Mr. Speaker, when it comes down to, it's like we are fighting within the assembly, just because of very minute issues, very small issues, Mr. Speaker. Because I cannot understand why, since last week, we have all these problems, Mr. Speaker. We have been existing together since 2022, and we shall continue existing up to the 11th hour, Mr. Speaker, the 12th hour. That is 2027, Mr. Speaker. So what I'm trying to say is this, Mr. Speaker. The game which is being played, Mr. Speaker, I'm ahead of it. As the Secretary General of Muungano Party, Mr. Speaker, the issue that has been brought up here so that that letter can be read of intention to exit Azimio. Mr. Speaker, everybody in Kenya and everybody in the world knows that there is nothing like Azimio. Azimio was a coalition of parties where Amora Raila Odinga was there, Dr. Titi Kalonzo Musyoka was there, Kibwana Kibwana was there, Mr. Speaker, Martha Karua was there. Where are they, Mr. Speaker? Where is our presidential candidate in 2022? Amora Raila Odinga, Mr. Speaker. He is in the government. Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is now the leader of opposition. And the party is being rebranded to Wiper Patriotic Front, Mr. Speaker. There is nothing like Wiper Patriotic Front, and there is nothing like People's Liberation Party in Azimio. So, Mr. Speaker, what we can say, Azimio died a natural death. Because there is no office for Azimio, Mr. Speaker, we ought meetings called by the registered political parties. And Azimio is a party, but no representatives.
Conclude.
So, Mr. Speaker, what I'm trying to say is that as the Speaker of this Assembly, let's work harmoniously, both the parties, the majority and the minority, for the purpose of delivering for the people of Makueni. Because in my opinion, and I'm 60 years plus, Mr. Speaker, years, what we are now trying to do is a child's game, Mr. Speaker. Yes, yeah, which will not benefit anybody. And Mr. Speaker, I thank the Almighty God in heaven for giving me the opportunity to meet the only bishop in the world who prides in injustice. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Elizabeth. Honorable Elizabeth.
Honorable Speaker, I have heard the SG of Muungano Party. From where I sit, I know we were in a coalition with Muungano in 2022. And if they have not withdrawn officially, they can still join us. And we continue dancing together. If you want to stay as a minority, then you part. It's just good at that. So bring evidence for us that you parted. If you have not parted, you can come here and we continue living together. Thank you.
Honorable Muthoka.
Thank you.
Honorable Muthoka.
Are you Muthoka? Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for according me this wonderful opportunity. I remember, if my memory serves me well, last year, a similar discussion came up, and the Honorable Kaleli, Cosmas Kaleli, went deeper into the internet and brought letters in relation to Azimio and in relation to Kenya Kwanza. And I think we discussed this matter. However, things as they stand, Mr. Speaker, sir, I will allude to the Honorable Secretary General of Muungano, who seems not to honor bishops, but who seems to be taking a different route, even though we are the ones who prayed for him after he was baptized. And without us, he would not be having the name Jonathan. That in Azimio, as we are talking now, our leader, the presidential candidate, is in the government. That is His Excellency, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. As we are talking, the Deputy President for Kenya Kwanza, who was part of the Kenya Kwanza coalition, is already now working with His Excellency, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, with a new party called DCP. So when you look at both the coalitions, Kenya Kwanza, it has become demorphed. It has been actually absorbed, it has been demolished from all corners. We are now waiting for new coalitions because we have to change the systems due to the dynamicity of the politics in this country. And it's true. What was talked by the minority leader, very soon you'll see movements. And the heads will roll, heads will move. New coalitions will come up. Where actually we are expected to be the leading coalition in this country, aided by His Excellency, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, to overthrow the sitting system. What I should say is, honorable members, let's not worry about where each party, this party and that party is, because where we are at, things will align themselves. Finally, Mr. Speaker, before I sit down, yesterday, we had a very candid discussion here on a member who accused another one openly. And Mr. Speaker, now that I have the chance and I don't want to keep on standing, I would wish you reconsider the time we have so that this member can produce facts as per the standing orders number 111, a matter we discussed in this house where a member was expected to bring facts about accusing another member of withdrawing or getting money and overthrowing the government of Makueni County as a whole.
Honorable members, we need to make progress, and I want to remind you that the leader of the majority party in the National Assembly is Honorable Ishungwa. The leader of the minority in the National Assembly is Junet Mohammed. The deputy leader of the minority is Honorable Mbui. Now, whether Mbui, Honorable, and Junet Mohammed outside the parliament, a place of law and procedure, they are not working together on the corridors. That is none of the business of parliamentary practice. And if you ask Junet Mohammed where he's seated, he will tell you on matters of parliamentary, he has a deputy party leader of the party that is recognized in the National Assembly called Azimio Party. You can't have a cake and eat it. Honorable Mudhoga, what you are saying is not on record. Now, the fact that an independent member, Honorable Tivu, or Honorable Brian, or Honorable Details, claims that he or she will support Muungano in 2027, or Wiper 2027, does not make them not independent members between now and election, unless they resign. However, so their emotions, that their heart is elsewhere, is one thing. But the legal documents before us is another thing. When we were counting members here, representation, I don't remember you mentioning members and the extent of each member and loyalty in the party. You just went for the heads of that. Now, this is a letter from Muungano Party. It is not withdrawn up to date. Now, those who are advocating Muungano, you want me to continue keeping it in file? It is either responded on your document. I never requested for this information. It was volunteered. So the secretary has picked it that this matter is overdue because the letters for political parties are in one file. So honorable members, we can't debate on this matter. We are dealing with, don't draw me into where you want to be. Honorable members, honorable members, let us not theorize a simple matter. A letter is where a member tries to depict others. And thank you for building on it. Thank you. Of the majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to inform the member that mathematics is not a profession, engineering is. we have so many professions, but mathematics is not a profession. It's just a subject, and you can prove me wrong. Thank you.
Which member, Honorable Kisungi, Leader of Majority, was that?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. That's Honorable Mwema, who is an engineer like me, and we all know, mathematics is not a profession. We know mathematics ends at what we call I'm just forgetting the name, but some transforms, Laplace, the Laplace transforms. That's the end of mathematics. And you don't go with mathematics beyond that. And you can't apply mathematics professionally. You can only apply it after now you engage in some other profession, where you now apply the arithmetics, the trigonometry.
Honorable Speaker. On a point of order, Mr. Speaker.
What this particular act says is professional, not mathematics. What we are talking about here is arithmetics. And as the chair, selection committee, Honorable Speaker, and as an engineer, and as somebody who did mathematics to the extent of the Laplace transforms, I did them to the last chapter in mathematics, Laplace transforms. I can inform you that I know how to do proportions and ratios, and I'll do them.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members,
I want to expand.
Your microphone is off.
Logic that mathematics is not a profession. Mathematics, in fact, from Gungu, mathematics degree provides a strong foundation for various careers and professions. It's a foundation. This is Gongo. You can Gungu. It's a
fair enough.
Honorable Speaker, allow me to respond on that briefly. Honorable Speaker, I want to respond to the Leader of Majority. He stopped living in a myopic world. I never mentioned mathematics anywhere in my statement. I rose up, I congratulated you for your ruling, I read the County Governments Act, I never mentioned mathematics. I think he's living in a very myopic world, and Mr. Speaker, I want to remind him, that's how people lose wives.
Honorable member for Muka, what is the relationship between your contribution and your last statement? So you task me to take account and go research and work on your words. Who are you addressing? No, I like how you are assigning me duties. We are not in mathematics. Member Fonzao Klekalamba.
So, Speaker, since yesterday, we are witnessing a lot of disrespect.
And ask me to do it. I leave that at that. The honorable member asked me to do it myself. So I'm elected as speaker, so if a member tells you he doesn't want to do it, me to do the work, then I will do so. answered records are available within 12 hours after the plenary. Whoever wants those records will be availed. If you want a record in the next 10 minutes, the clerk will avail the recording as it is. Yes, but I've been given an assignment. I have to go and work. Order, honorable members. Time now being 17:00 hours, the assembly stands adjourned until Monday, 7th of July, 2025 at 14:30 hours.